Today I am trying acrylic pouring for the very first time. I have watched a lot of videos of people doing this, so I guess you could say I've mentally prepared. And now it's my turn. Everything I'm using today was either bought at a thrift store or literally found on campus. I studied architecture at Virginia Tech, and when students graduate, they often leave behind materials they don't need anymore. This is reusing, and honestly, reusing is beautiful. I really mean it. Besides, I love working with whatever is available around me because this is kind of an art challenge. Over the years, I've trained myself to notice resources around me, and trust me, there are so many. But we keep wanting more and more new things while everything we need is practically already here. That's how we end up creating mountains of waste. So let's see what I can create from these so-called leftovers. I've wanted to try this art form for a long time, and what attracts me the most is how unpredictable the result is. The whole process is incredibly exciting for me. Now, the first downside of using leftovers. Not all of acrylic paint is in great condition. For example, the black paint clearly has clumps in it, and because of that, bumps appeared on my canvas. I don't love it, but I wouldn't call it a real obstacle. I tried fixing some of them and then realized it's just not worth the effort. So yes, my final pieces will probably have bumps, and that's okay. Oh, and at the very beginning I mixed gold glitter into the black paint, dreaming it would shimmer underneath. Spoiler, that was a mistake. The glitter just made the paint thicker and you can barely see it. But hey, lesson learned. A bit of technicality. I am using different additives to create cells on the surface, and all my paints are thinned to a specific consistency using a mix of glue and water. Now about cells on the paint. Depending on whether you use soap or alcohol, those cells form differently. Different shapes, sizes, and different amounts. While watching acrylic pouring videos, I immediately knew I wanted to go further. I mean, not just poured paint, but extra elements. The first element I add here is glitter. To me, these paintings feel like space, like galaxies, constellations, planets, you know? And this is what I got. Now I will let the canvases dry until tomorrow. But I still have more paint and more surfaces, and this time I'm using wooden boards. Let's see how the paint behaves on wood. I also experiment with a few different pouring techniques. The next day, everything is dry. The paint became more matte. But the glitter kept its shine. Great. And I'm not done yet. I also have pieces of glass mosaic. From the very beginning, I imagined them as part of the composition. Yep. Choosing which glass piece belongs to which canvas was pure joy. Texture, color, light, so satisfying. I'm in love. At the very end, I coated all 6 canvases with a special varnish to give them a glossy finish. Although I honestly love the matte look too, and I will definitely use it in future projects. Finally, I combined the 6 canvases into 2 compositions, 3 pieces each. I don't know if you see them similar, but the vibe is definitely different. What do you think? This is the final result, and this is how it looks like in real life. And on the wall, it is possible to hang them in any orientation. Honestly, I can't even choose a favorite. I love all of it. So, how would you name these compositions? And what did you like most about this project? Let me know in the comments. And I'll see you in my next video.